from the Painted Toad Online Art Studio, and I am here in Creatives Coast to Coast presenting a really cool project for our June event, our Stars, Stripes, and Sunshine event. So you may have been expecting me a little bit later, but our presenter, Rebecca from Holy Rustic, is having internet issues. So we're just modifying the schedule a little bit. She's going to go next and share her, her macrame gnome. She's working on that right now. So we're just going to do this one first, but everything's still in there. And if you are watching from somewhere else, and you're wondering what in the world is Creatives Coast to Coast, you got to check us out on Facebook. We're a great group of creatives, and we do these events 4 or 5 times a year where we teach you all sorts of really cool DIY projects for your home decor, paintings, all sorts of fun artsy things. So I'm gonna get started. Let me just make sure if you're watching you can say hello. And let's see, I see Melanie on there, I see Susie, I see, let's see, yeah, okay, so awesome. Alrighty, so this is what I'm making today. So y'all can see it. It's, let's get that in there so you can see. This is what we're making, and I'm going to show you the supplies, tell you where I got them, and then I will also give you a few modification ideas too, if you want to do that. So, first things first, couple of the supplies, and let me just switch my camera down here so y'all can see. All right, you can kind of see my mess going on here. All right, so you are going to need some shells. You could do rocks and some of that decorative sand, and like this is stuff you can get from your local craft store or even just Dollar Tree. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside for the moment, just because it's a lot of stuff. It's getting in my way. And then let's see. You also need some rope. Okay, I got this from Dollar Tree, but I know some of you, if you're not in the U.S., you know, you can just get standard rope from whatever store that you have available. Okay, and then these were the pieces that I grabbed at the local Dollar Tree. One is an anchor, and that's what I did my original, but I also found this really cute, I'll show you here, ship's wheel. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you how to do the anchor because that's my original design, but I think I'm actually going to make a second one with the ship's wheel so that we can, you know, I can do a pair and they'll turn out really cute together. All right, so we got that. You are going to need a square box here. Okay, and this is, I believe it was 12 by 12. Yes, 12 by 12. This one I got from Michael's Craft Store. You can get these other places as well. The 12 by 12, if you're doing this, the 12 by 12, the anchor fits in nicely sideways if you have the one from Dollar Tree. And then if you're doing something different, like a different shape or something like that, like honestly, you could really put anything in here. You could even paint this instead of using a wood piece. This is a little big, but I kind of like having it offset anyways. It gives it that three-dimensional effect. So it still works with the design. And then we need paint. We need some white acrylic, and then I picked 2 folk art colors, but you don't have to necessarily do these 2 colors, okay? You can do, this is Ocean View, so you need like a light blue or a teal, okay? And then we also have Galaxy Blue, so just think like a dark blue or a navy. And I'm just gonna hold that up to my other camera here so you can see both, okay? There we go. I'm running a couple cameras here, so if you're like, why does she keep looking all over? It's because I have squirrel brain and it's just going everywhere. Like squirrel. All right, you also need a paintbrush and things like that. And then something special that I did, and if you don't have this, it's okay. You can use painter's tape instead or masking tape. But I actually cut out some vinyl here, and this is removable vinyl. This is Oracle brand 631, so it sticks, but you can remove it. And if you don't have a vinyl cutter, I actually have these on my website in my shop. I think I priced it around $6 or $7, and I can ship it to you if you're in the U.S. If not, and you do have a cutting machine and you want the SVG file, just message me at rose@paintedtoad.com, and I can send you the SVG for that. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And the reason why I love this little box here is because it's already painted white, so I don't have to do like extra painting. I love to save a step. So I know we got people coming on here. Let me see. I got to scroll down your comments because, let's see, we got Melanie, Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Linda. Hi, Catherine. Let me see. Hi, Angie. You have a 9x12, 8x8, and something else, Angie. That's fine. And you may just have to modify what you put inside. I think, Angie, you said you were just going to paint it and not do the insert, so you can just paint the design. It doesn't have to be inserted. So I'm going to pull these off, and I like this Oracle. I don't know if you all have used Oracle before, but my two favorite brands for the vinyl are Oracle and Sizer. And the reason why is because they work better. Sorry, Cricut. I have a Cricut machine, but I don't like any other vinyls. So, all right. Oh, hi, Paula. Awesome. Okay, so what I did something a little different. I don't know if you notice here, if you can see. Let me make sure you can see on there. So I did not space these evenly. I kind of get a little bit gradually smaller towards the top. And that's your prerogative. So if you want to space your color gaps, you know, evenly, so they're all the equidistant. Hey there, China Rose, is that your name? If you want to space them differently, you can. I just kind of have them a little bit offset, and I'm just going to eyeball this, but you can always use a ruler if you really want to do that. Oh, thanks, Marilyn. You've never heard of Oracle, Angie. Oh, thanks, Paula, for sprinkling. So Oracle it's just a brand of, let me make sure y'all can see here. I'm going to pull that down a little bit. It's a brand of vinyl. And I really love their permanent vinyls and their removables. Like if I'm going to get permanent vinyl, I get the Oracle 651. If I'm going to get removable vinyl, I go for the Oracle 631. So it's a good high quality vinyl, and I definitely would recommend them over Cricut brand. If I am going for heat transfer, I usually use Sizer. I do not like the Cricut brand heat transfer vinyl. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Trying to say too many things at once here. All right, so I'm just sticking these in here, and this is going to work as a mask. Let's see who else. Oh, hey, Karen. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, we try to always do cute projects here at the Painted Toad. And it's like an easy one. You're going to love this. We're going to do lots of paint mixing and stuff like that. So if you're watching, say hi. Let me know. We got a couple people here watching on Facebook. We also got some people watching on YouTube today. So glad to have you. All right, so I get in here. There we go. Okay. I've got like so many things going on. There we go. Okay, now, now I won't lose you. Okay. Oh, we should be good, my Facebook friends. We should be good. Stripes on the back. So this is the inside. This is the inside of the box. The back of the box is just wood like this. Okay, so it is like it's like a shadow box. Inside of the box there. And then let's pull these. I'm just gonna, so I'm letting these little pieces they're a little bit longer so that you have a little tear spot here. I don't know if you can see that there on the side. I'll show my YouTube friends as well so you can see that. So I've got a little bit of extra so I can pull those up. Oh yes, yep, Lori, we always have lots of ideas here at Creatives Coast to Coast. We have a wonderful group of creative presenters. We have 2 new presenters today, so those that are with us, you will be excited to meet our 2 new presenters, and they're doing some cool crafts with us. We're going to have some resin today, which I'm excited about. That's something that I've been wanting to learn how to do. An Indu from, hold on, I can't place vinyl and think and talk at the same time. It's too much. There we go. From Craft 24. I'm mixing it all up. Sorry, my brain is on speed mode here. And then Jeannie Taylor from Jeannie Taylor Art is also going to be presenting in our group today. So make sure you say hello to them and give them some support and all of that. I know they're nervous today, but they're going to do great. And the other cool thing is if you are in the Creatives Coast to Coast group, we actually also have a little raffle kind of going on. If you sprinkle any one of the presenters' videos, and that's language for passing it along, either on your own page or in any groups that you belong. If you're in some crafty groups and they let you pass things along, you can do that. We call that sprinkling. You can also share a photo of yourself with either a selfie or creating some of the projects. Let's see. You don't have stripes for the back. Dollar General or Dollar Tree don't have them. Would Hobby? Oh no. So these, Angie, you can order these from me. I can cut them for you. So if you want to, you can go to my shop, www.paintedtoe.com, and you will see the picture of this project. And then you can order these from me and I will ship them out to you. And I think you're in the US, Angie. I think I remember I saw you. So I can easily ship those through the mail. It's not very expensive at all because it's just like a regular envelope, regular piece of mail. So yeah, I can cut those for you. Or if you have a cutting machine, let me know and I can hook you up with the SVG pattern for these. Your other option is using the painter's tape, which can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Let me see here. I've got my spacing. I'm thinking, how many colors did I do in here? Let me modify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I got a little bit at the top. I see what I did. I spaced some at the top there a little bit differently. So I had that a little higher, but honestly, I kind of like this spacing better. So I'm going to leave it like this, y'all. I don't actually need my 6th strip here, so I'm going to set that aside. Maybe I'll use it for something else. I don't know. Yes, that's what I thought, Indiana. Hi, Jeannie. Yay, yes, it's super fun. Super duper fun, and it's not that expensive. The box from Michael's was actually a pretty good price. I'm trying to remember. It was like around 10 bucks or something like that. I don't think it was that much. If you get the bigger ones, it's a little more expensive. Okay, so now that I have that prepped, I'm going to set that aside, and we are going to do a coating of white paint on the anchor. Now, if you are doing something a little different, if you don't have access to Dollar Tree and you don't have this here, no painter's tape. Oh, Angie, that's all right. You can always watch and then do the craft later. Where is my scissors? And yeah, let me know and I can send you those. I think I have it priced around, it's like around $6, which mostly just covers the shipping. It's, yeah, shipping and the time it takes for me to cut out the pieces for you. Okay, so if you don't have this piece, you're gonna save this for later and you can like paint the anchor on there, okay? But I'm gonna take just some white craft paint, and this is titanium white by Cricut brand, not Cricut brand, oh my gosh, Folk Art. I got a satin. You can also use a matte too, that's fine too. I just happened to buy my new bottle is a satin. And then I'm just gonna use a flat paintbrush to paint this on. Where is my favorite? I have a favorite paintbrush. There it is. I don't know why I have a favorite. Does anybody else have a favorite paintbrush? Could you use it? Yes, you could totally use this for a serving tray. I do have something that we're going to add to it. If we do the sand and the shells, I don't know if that would work for a serving tray just because the sand, you know, might get into things. So if you did use it for a serving tray, you could totally just not do that part. And sometimes the craft stores have serving trays. Like you could, instead of getting the shadow box, you could buy something that already has handles, or just get a cute box and you could put handles on it. Just get some drawer pulls. That actually would be really cute. I'm starting to think of other ideas here. This is what happens. When you comment, you help to give me more ideas as you question and ask comments. So yeah, if you have questions or if you have ideas, share them in here because it inspires me to do more. That's how I roll. All right, and for the most part, you probably are only gonna need one layer on this. It depends on how thick your paint is. So because it's such a light colored wood, the white is going to go over it and it's going to look fine. You're probably not going to need a second coat here on the anchor. I'll just get that in. And I'm going to double check my time too, make sure we're doing good on time. I tend to talk too much at the beginning and then I run out of time on my project. Oh, awesome. Awesome. That's great. You found some on sale. I love finding things on sale. All right, awesome. That sounds great, Angie. Yeah, and let me know, Angie, if you can't find this anchor. This one's going to be an extra because I'm going to do that other one to make a matching set. So I can always send this to you too. You can PM me and we can figure out the shipping and all that. I don't mind at all sharing what I have. Sometimes at Dollar Tree too, like this stuff goes out early and then like it gets all bought up and then they move on to something else. So it's like if you don't grab it when it's there, it might not be there the next time. And some Dollar Trees have different supplies than other ones. So you might find one thing at one and one at a, that's like I found the ship's wheel at a different Dollar Tree and I'm like, oh, a ship's wheel. I was so excited. I don't know, does anybody else get thrilled by that, little finds and things like that? I do. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to set this aside, let it dry. We'll see if it needs a second coat. It might, it just depends. Some days I feel like it's good, sometimes it needs a second coat. Now, we are going to come in now and paint. We're coming right back to the box here. I mentioned at the beginning, these were the colors we're using. Oh, there we go, it's back. We're using Ocean View and Galaxy Blue, but you need just like a tealy light blue and a dark blue. Even you could do a navy or something. And then white. And we're gonna do some tints here of color. So, you know what, let me set this aside and kind of pull my example so I can kind of match these colors here so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so our bottom color here is going to be, oh, yay, awesome. Yay, China Rose, her husband got her a shadow box. Now she knows what to do with it. Fabulous. That's fantastic. I love that. I love when you have something and you're like, what am I going to do with this? I tend to be a pack rat, and so I hold on to things, but I just love it when I find something to do with something that I've had. I'm like, oh, see, that's why I needed to save that. So on my new one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces for color. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 6 colors on this one. We're going to use our main colors, and then we're going to mix our main colors also with some white. So we call that making a tint. Okay, can y'all see this? Good. All right, so we're going to do a tint with our blue here. So I'm going to set a little blue aside over here. And I'm putting a lot because we're going to need to do a couple coats. And if you don't have enough paint, it gets really annoying when you have to like mix a new color and you're like, shoot, I ran out of the color I needed. Does that ever happen to anybody? Happens time. All right, so I've got a nice little pile of the blue here, and I've also got some white that I'm going to add to both of these. So we're going to leave this one as true, and this one as true. I'm not changing those. Those are directly from the bottle. Ah, this on the back, that's different. What you doing for the front? I'm doing canvas. Oh, I'm doing this, like the front of the box is this inside. Different things. All right, we're here, a little white over here. And then we're gonna stir, and we'll see what kind of color combos we can get up. Oh, goodness. Let me see here. With some more. So your comment right away, it's just because I'm not seeing. I always do go back and answer comments. So I like to mix these with, I use usually just a palette knife, or you could just use like a little stir stick or something like that. I usually use my flat palette knives for mixing these. Ooh, there we go. Oh, I just realized I can turn a little bit more light on here. I forgot to turn these lights on because we're a bit shadowy. There we go. Let's see if that'll help. There we go. We got some more light up here. So hopefully that helps those of you watching on Facebook. All right, we're going to take this white and this blue and let's just mix them together. I want to get a lighter tint of the dark blue we have going on over here. Okay, and I did do a lot, but there's a reason for that. I'm gonna do this. It actually makes a really pretty blue. I love blue. It's like one of my favorite colors. Hey Cindy, I just saw you pop in there. All right. And then I need a paper towel. I'm gonna wipe this off. And then what we're doing is we're gonna take and stir this up with our light blues. So we're making another light tint over here. I'm just gonna pull this over here. Now there's a couple of different ways we can make our third color. We could pull some of this color and add more white to it, but I want to make sure I have enough for 2 layers because you may need 2 layers of this paint for each stripe. So let me wipe this. Okay. And then what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to start with white. So let's start with white. Oh, you just lost for a bit. Okay. Let me know if I'm not coming through. Hopefully my my internet doesn't fail on me. That's why I'm here early in the first place, because our other presenter, Rebecca, was having like a really bad upload speed. So it stinks living out in the country with the internet. I mean, I love living out in the country. It's the only downside. And now I'm going to take my darker colors here, and I'm going to take a little bit of this and add it into this pile of white. Okay, notice this is a lot less than what I did for that color. Same with this one right here. I'm going to take a little bit of this and squeeze it in there with the white. Okay, we're going to get a lighter tint. So let's stir this in. And I can always add more blue if needed. So if it looks too much like your middle color here, you can always go in and add more blue. It is not a problem at all. There we are. So we got 3 different tints of blue. We got the original, we've got our middle tint, and then we've got a much lighter tint here. And I'm just gonna check, can y'all still see me okay, or is my video getting glitchy? I am recording this, so if we have any issues with it, I will make sure I put the full recording in if there's issues with any of the live video feed. I'm just stirring up this other one. We're getting a very pretty, like Martha Stewart when I say that. This will be a very pretty tint of blue. I'm affectionately known, or I don't know if it's affectionately known, as Martha Stewart in my family. Sometimes I feel like it's more derogatory when they call me Martha, but I take it as a compliment. All right. There we go. So I have all of my tints ready to go, and now we can paint them. So I'm going to move this to the side, and we're going to bring our striped box back in. Let me get this all set up so everybody can see it who's watching. We're going to do whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm going to start with, when I adjusted my other thing there, I'm going to have to like move it around here so y'all can see. Oh, thank you. I love the blues too, Valerie. Blue is just my favorite. I love it. Let's see here. I'm going to just like bring this in and I'll show you which color I'm doing. That way everybody can see and know. And then I'm coming back with my flat brush. Now, if you struggle a little bit with keeping a steady hand, you can use some painter's tape along the inside edge of this, okay? Now, I'm going to try to be a show off and just, you know, do it without the tape, but more than likely I'll probably mess it up. And then we'll modify it if needed. But mostly because I don't know what I did with my painter's tape, so it was around here somewhere. I think I need to get a new roll. Anyways, I'm starting at the bottom with the darkest color. So that was just the straight up dark or galaxy blue. Okay, darkest color at the bottom. No mixing there. And we're going to do a coat of the dark blue. And there's going to be 2 coats here. So I'm just going back and forth. Your brush strokes should be kind of even. Like, don't go all willy-nilly. Keep it in one direction. Horizontal is probably the best. And then you can use your paintbrush here to the advantage, okay? Because it's a flat brush, it's got that nice flat edge. So when I told you I was going to show off, you can do that with a flat brush, because if you just take a steady hand along your edges here, you can get in there and not get a bunch on your wood. And then I just pull that little line over there. Same along the bottom here. I'm just going to... The bottom will be the trickiest than the top. So, you know, go ahead and tape it if it, you know, if this is like, oh my gosh, that's too hard to do. Sometimes I don't always have a steady hand. Sometimes when my blood sugar gets low, my my hands get shaky. So we're good though for today. So there's no shame in having a shaky hand. Just modify it according to, you know, what you're comfortable with. Tape it up. There we go. Isn't this such a pretty blue? I like this one. I tend to use the folk art paints. To me, they seem a bit thicker, like they, for craft paint, you know, they're not quite as thick as our artist acrylics, but for craft paint, they're kind of creamy, and they go on a lot thicker, in my experience, than some of the other brands of craft paint. So if I can find the color I like in folk art brand, I usually do buy that. There we are. And they have a different, like a lot of variety you can get. You can get like mixed media and, or multi-surface and glass paints and all sorts of things. I'm gonna come here on this edge. I'm just gonna turn my brush. Just pull it up. Oop, I got a little blue on there, but nothing to worry about. Nothing that's gonna be like major. There we go. Steady hand, steady hand. And we gotta get right into that corner. All right, there we go. So there's our first coat. Really, for the second coat, you won't have to worry too much about those edges. It's usually the first coat that's tricky, getting into the edges, and then you don't have to go as close with the second. All right, just smoothing out my brush strokes here so they look nice and even and neat. And then we'll do another coat. So if you're seeing brush stroke streaks, that's normal, that's okay. You can get, you can change it and it'll be fine with the second coat. You won't be able to see all those brush strokes, so don't worry about that. All right, I'm just rinsing that out just a little bit because I don't want to change my second tint here because I already made it. So my second tint is this middle one. Okay, this was the Galaxy Blue with some white. There was more blue than white in that. And then we're just going to come into our second layer here. My husband sending me a message. Make sure the girls feed the chickens and the rabbits. And already done, dear. I already made sure. I went up and checked. A little bit here and coming close to that edge. You don't have to worry about going over your vinyl, because that will that's going to get pulled away. So if you notice here, I'm getting some paint on the vinyl. That's what it's there for. It's masking so that when we pull this off, we have the white stripes. That's the plan anyways. Well, let me go right-handed here. There we are. I'm going to go very carefully, very slowly along there and pull it this way. Yeah, this would be cute if you don't have the box. You could totally do this on like a square canvas. Would be so cute. It does not have to be a shadow box. It could totally be a painting on a canvas. It's kind of a fun background, this stripy background. There we go. I did pretty good on that one. All right, next color we're gonna go with here me dry this off. And then we're going with our second tint for the blue. So this was the lighter tint of the Galaxy Blue. And I'm going to come in right here. I feel like these colors are a little bit deeper than my original, but I think they'll, once they dry, they'll look a little different anyways. It just depends. They're going on, I think that, I don't know, might be able to, usually with blues, if you add white to paint, it tends to cover. I don't know if you knew that, but there's something about adding white to the paint when you create a tint. It just covers better, like thickens up the paint. Okay, let's come in carefully with my brush. Pull that across, and then I'm going to come in over here. Ooh, can I get over there? There we are. Okay, so don't forget, I don't think I told you all the raffle directions, but if you want to be entered into our giveaway, use the hashtag, and this has to be done on Facebook, the hashtag CC2C Summer. So CC2C SUMMER, and that way we can track your entries and pick a winner. Oh, let me see, Angie, you have blue, stoneware, and light, pale blue, pale matches color. Yes. How do I make the darker colors on the bottom? So the darker color on the bottom was my original. That was the original color. You can also make a color darker by making a shade. So you could take a color and add black to it, and that will also make it darker as well. So I took the original, that was the darkest, and then I added some white to it here, and then I added more white to it for that next color. So that's how I got those to change like that. Now, if you did your mixing a little bit different and you don't have, you know, like you already use your dark color, you could take your original color and add some black to it and then like do a really dark color on the bottom. So you can modify it that way too. All right, I'm coming in now and I'm going to use, we're going into our second color here, and this was the Ocean View, okay, by Folk Art. And that's going to be this stripe color. So we're going to bring that in right here. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I mixed these, but another option you can do is you can like mix your two blues and you can get a, you know, an even different hue of blue by mixing your two. And that may create a whole different design color scheme, which would be kind of fun. Another cool one, I did this one in the cool colors, but you could do warm colors and make it look like a sunset with the stripes. You know, you could do oranges and pinks. And thanks, Jeannie, for putting that in there. Yeah, you can use lowercase letters, or you can do uppercase. We'll look for both. But if you sprinkle, if you post a picture of yourself with a project or a selfie with one of us teachers, you can do that. Or if you tag one of us or our pages, actually tag our pages, and that helps other creative people find us so they can have fun creating with us too. That's what our Creative Coast to Coast is all about. It's about creatives finding each other and sharing and inspiring each other. That's the point. And we are here to inspire you. And lots of our creatives have like lots of fun products too. I'm going to pull this down just a little bit so our YouTube friends can see the third color there. Okay? Fourth color. I can't count. There we are. Yeah, CC2C, the number. Creatives Coast to Coast. So it's CC2C Summer, SUMMER. And that's what you tag to get entered in. Thank you, Valerie. Oh, I'm so glad you shared. Thank you. Sprinkled. Don't say that word. Okay, next color I'm doing is this tint right here. So we added some white to our original. That should be okay. Let's see if it might not be. Let's see how different it is. Sometimes it's like a little too close to our original. I feel like I could add a little more white in that. I feel like it's a little too close because there's not much difference between the two. So let's do this. I'm going to take and add a little bit more white to it. Not too much though, because I don't want to mess up my other color here. And I'm going to be lazy and just use my brush because I'm already painting here. Let's lighten this up. Okay, and that happens. It's okay. You can always make a lighter tint if we need to. We can even make that one lighter if we have to. There. I think that's a little bit better. Let's see if we get more of a difference here. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Plus this one needs a second coat. The one with the white, they probably won't need a second coat, but the ones that don't have the white, like straight from the bottle, to really get the darker, true tone of it, you might have to do 2 coats, okay? Awesome, awesome. All right, YouTube friends, can y'all see that? I hope so. There we are. I'm gonna pull this in this way. And then we're gonna do this one carefully. Do, 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 do. And then the other thing is I like to smooth out any, like you don't want to have any thick spots in here because then they take longer to dry. And that can be annoying because I want to try to get through all this and show you all the steps, okay? So our very last color here, and I think the width of my brush is going to be perfect for this, but if you need to switch for that top because it's skinnier. Jeannie, I just saw your message there and remind, I don't know if you're still watching, but yes, I will sprinkle your video right into our Creative Coast to Coast group when you go live. All right, I'm just going to carefully drag this on. This is like the perfect width of my brush for the light color here. I'm going to just pull it up here so our YouTube friends, sorry, you can't really see it. It's kind of, we got some bright lights going on here, but I will hold it up in a minute to show all you how it's looking. But this is just our final tint, and it's very pale. But if you have favorite colors here, boy, I made a lot of that. I'm gonna have to paint something else with this now, with these colors, because I made so many. In fact, the blues would probably work really good for the flag painting that Melanie did. I was gonna do that with you, and then with our schedule change up, I had to make sure I was on the ball and ready to go with all of this supplies, getting it all in the right place. All right, there we are. By the time you get to the top, here I'm going to show you all those. Isn't that pretty? The black stripes actually look kind of cool. Let me hold it up for our YouTube friends, okay? I'm going to hold it up for them too. And you can see all of our colors here, from light to dark. So by the time you get to the top, your darkest layer will probably be dried. Yes, Jeannie, I will sprinkle yours in to our group. So no worries, I'll sprinkle you in there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and do this one, and any of the other ones where it looks like it needs a little second coat, as you work your way up again, you can do that. So I'm gonna move a little bit faster this time, only because you don't really have to get like perfectly close to the edge. If you did good coverage on the edges here, you probably just need that second coat for the middle part where you can see some of your brush strokes, okay? So those of us that are Coast to Coast group and have been doing the projects today, so projects have you done, or if you want to tell us what's your favorite project so far, or maybe you're looking forward to one of the projects. If you pop it in there and let me know, then I can share on today or what other things they can find by joining our Creatives Coast to Coast group. There we go. Oop, I'm gonna bring that down. I tend to sing a lot as I work. There we are. Nice and smooth. Easy does it. There. I think that looks pretty good. Pretty good coverage. Ooh, the painted flag, Angie. Yes. Wasn't that a cool one? I love how she did the roses on it. So Melanie Perry from Hometown Paints did a beautiful painted flag. It's kind of rustic, so it's fun, and you know, it's got that rustic look to it. But then in the stars part, Melanie's a pro at doing flowers, so she did her signature Hometown Paint rose, and she's got blue roses all in the blue area. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. In fact, I'm hoping to do it either today or tomorrow. That is the plan. Who else wants to tell us what they've done? Let's see. Lori, you did the, yes, the painted flower flag. Oh, good. Getting all sorts of ideas. That's the point. We want to give you creative ideas to help you decorate your home and to just enjoy creative time, you know? We need that time. I don't know about you, but my weeks are so busy all the time with, I have 4 daughters, so I'm busy, you know. We're almost done with school, but I'm still driving them in the morning. My one daughter, oh, she's done. I don't have to drive her this week. Okay, that's good. I just realized that. And then, you know, making sure everybody has what they need, doctor's appointments, all into our group. Or you can even, you know, tag Erica from Redheaded Princess Designs, and that way she can actually show it on her page as well. Any of the projects that you do today, if you tag our business page, we'll be able to share it on our business page, so then everybody can see your beautiful artwork, if you're comfortable with that. I'm always bragging and sharing my kids' stuff. Anybody who is watching my page knows that. I don't know. I find sharing that stuff inspires me, so I'm always getting inspired by other people, what they create. All right, almost done here. See how the second layer goes a little faster? It just goes a little bit faster. Whoops, wrong color. I need to go into my regular color here. This was the one straight from the bottle, our ocean view. I actually did a different color than my usual favorite. I have a friend on here that always follows and watches me, and I'm always using that Bahama blue. She's always like, you're going to use Bahama blue. I know it. I didn't use it this time. Oh, you're getting more burlap this weekend. I know. I want to do that too. I want to do a cute little miniature gnome pillow, like for my tier tray. I think that would be adorable. And then I do have a bench in our front porch, so that gnome pillow would be super cute on our porch as well. You know, I think I'm going to do that, and, you know, maybe do Karen's fun porch leaner. That was gorgeous. Did you love her sunshine porch leaner? Oh my gosh, she's so talented. Karen from Over the Artsy Moon. If you didn't watch that one, go back and watch. She shows you how to do it all, and it's, you know, it turns out so beautiful, and it's, you know, it's not super duper challenging because she walks you through the whole painting. And then she also has a stencil that you can order for it. If you use her code, you get a discount. So it's kind of cool. Or you could even just paint it if you wanted to. Do a beautiful ocean or lake. In Michigan, we paint the lakes. We're lake people here. Oh, that would be so cute, Jeannie. Jeannie's thinking of small little ornaments, like little burlap ornaments. That would be super cute. In fact, I did find, I have a little pillow from, I think it was Dollar General. And it's not the brown burlap, it's kind of more of a white burlap. And it had something printed on the back, but I might put my little gnome on that and just flip it around for my tier tray. Because that way I'd have, you know, a multi-purpose gnome. All right, how are we doing on time too? Oh my gosh, I only have 10 more minutes here. Rebecca, I don't know if you're watching yet, but if I go over, hopefully that'll give you a little bit more time for your upload. Rebecca is not going to be doing her project live, only because her upload speed was like 0.1, and she recorded it and she's working on getting that. Oh, awesome. Let me see. Okay. Yours looks more like a sunset. Okay, I can't wait to see that, Angie. All right, so while this is still wet, it's kind of important. You do want to remove these if you can while they're still wet, only because if it dries on there, sometimes the little stickies will, here I'm trying to get one with my fingernail. Ooh, I might have to make these longer for y'all. If you order them, I'm going to make them a little bit longer so you have more peel space. There we go. I'm going to pull one of these up if I can get it near. Look at that. Oh. I'll show you in a second, YouTube friends. I know you couldn't see that. All that drama and you can't even see it. And I'm just going to put these over here in my paint palette for now. See that beautiful stripe? It's like perfect. Beautiful, perfect stripes. I love that. Actually, these work almost better than the tape. Sometimes it wants to sneak. I don't know. Have you ever had that where you mask something with tape and then the paint sneaks under there? So these vinyl, I think these vinyl little stripes here are going to work better than tape. And if you're watching and you want to order these, you can get them from my shop at www.paintedtoad.com, and you can just put /shop or just go to my main page and go to the shop link. And I'm going to make them a little bit longer so you have more room to pick, because as I'm doing this, I'm like, oh, that's a little challenging. Let's kind of pick it with my fingernail here. There we go. Yeah, those are gorgeous. Look at that. It makes perfect stripes. I love it. It's always exciting when something works the way you planned. Always. To offer these pre-cut to make it easier for anybody else who wants to do this project. There we are, almost done. I got this last one here. I was kind of starting over on this end to pick it off, and it was sticking to my finger. There we go. Alrighty. I'll hold that up in a second. I did get a little tiny bit. Let me just grab my brush here. I got a little tiny bit of my second color here that I pulled off by accident just by rubbing it with my finger. I'll just smooth that out, cover it up, not a big deal. And then a little bit of the blue over here. I'll just smooth that out, cover it up, no big deal. There. That is a quick, easy fix. It took me a lot longer to do the other one. Let's see. All right. There we go. If somebody is watching, can you message Rebecca and let her know? This is of my Creative Coast Coast team. So Creative Coast Coast team, if one of you is watching, Rebecca's messaging me, but my phone is, I can't message her back. So just let her know. I'm still going. She's got plenty of time. So tell her, no worries, okay? Because I got a lot more in this project. So this one's going to take us a little longer. You guys are stuck with me. I'm going to dry this just a bit. Honestly, I don't really have to dry it too much here, because we're going to stick everything right on top of it. And let me check on our, let's see. We could do one more coat on this, so I'll leave that up to you. Would tweezers be easier? Yeah, it probably would, Jeannie, and I have tweezers, but I did not think to grab them. But yes, tweezers would work excellent. I have them with all my stuff here. I probably could have used my little weeding tool as well for my Cricut. That probably would have helped. But I am going to make them a little longer, so if anybody orders them, leeway so you can pull those. All right. That. And then, let's see here. I actually need to, before I forget, let me turn on my hot glue gun while we're mixing and doing other things here so it has some time to heat up. Oh, I'm getting my stretches here. Okay. Sorry about all that. Whew, that's good. Yoga. All right, I'm gonna set this aside. These are actually really pretty colors, and now I want to paint something else with it. I have a hard time throwing away used paint. We need to do our rope. So I'm going to show you how I did this. And I'm actually technically not going to glue it all together because remember I told you I was going to do something different with mine. But I'm going to show you how I did the original. So you're going to need some rope. And this is like, oh, it's like a 1/2 inch thick, but you can use any thickness. This was the stuff I got from Dollar Tree. Let me cut all these tabs and everything. You do want something a little bit thicker because we're going to put it along the frame like this. And if you're just using like jute string or something, it won't work as well. And then what I did is I took this and, oops, sorry, I'm trying to get around the anchor here. And I wrapped around our anchor top here, okay? Sorry, it's like it's a little tricky here because I don't cut the string actually. How many wraps did I do? I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's about right. And then on the back, you can do a couple of different things. I put a little hot glue back there just to hold these in place. And then that way, it's not going to like bubble up on you or something like that. So if you want to put a little hot glue in the back. And then this part, let me check here. Oh, you know, I did the opposite way. And now I know why. So I want the rope to come out from behind. And I'm going to keep that one there so you can kind of see. My Facebook friends, you can see. All right, redo. So instead of wrapping from, what that does is it just holds it down better. So you're gonna attach all that, and you can use hot glue. This will be up a little bit though, and you can see in my sample here, see it pops up a little bit. That's the point. You can see a little shadow behind there, and it's because we got all that rope back there. Okay, hey Erica. Oh, thanks Donna. Thank you Jeannie for messaging Rebecca. I appreciate it. Yeah, just let her know I'm still going. There's no rush. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this whole edge here and you will glue this all the way around the edge. All right. So just like so. Mirror, mirror, mirror. And the reason why I'm not showing you this, like gluing it, is because, oops, let me pop that in there. I'm planning to do the ship's wheel for my second one. So I'm gonna do something a little different with the ship's wheel. And then I just did some fun little twists and loops here. And you can use hot glue to glue it all down to the edge here. Okay. And then, you know, you can like twist it around, or you can kind of put the rope anywhere you want, honestly. If you wanted, you could just like put it here. You can, you know, put it along the edge, any of that. Okay. So my plan is to do the ship's wheel the same, except I'm going to do something a little different. So when I paint this one white, if you happen to find this one, I was thinking with the ship's wheel, it would be cute to do kind of an in and out with this. Let me see if I can weave it a little bit here to give you an idea. We'll just weave this end in here. And this was also from Dollar Tree. So if you can't find the anchor, you could totally do something else. There we are. Oh, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, this would actually look really cute like this. Your little ship's wheel. And then I would probably do, oh, come on, rope. Like, you know, you can kind of hide the end down there, and you could do like a couple layers of the rope if you want. Or you could weave it around and do the edges. So there's a lot of possibilities here. Let me see. We could do, I wonder if we could, or you could even like, you know, just kind of glue it and do a circlet like this and glue it like that. Okay. So there's lots of different things you can do with this. Or like this is kind of cool. Just kind of twisting and wrapping it around the back like that. That would also be cool. That might be cool for the ship's wheel. Okay, so lots of possibilities, lots of options. I just wanted to show y'all that, and I am going to finish this one with the ship's wheel, and I will put a picture on the painted tote. So in order to do the second part, got a lot of burnt sand. So you can do rocks and things like that. Oh, Donna, your grandson's room is nautical. Yeah, the ship's wheel, I found it a different one. It was not at one Dollar Tree, it was at another one. So you might have to shop around and find one that has it. Okay, so this, what I want to show you, I've got sand all over here from when I did my little photo shoot. I didn't actually glue it on there, but I'm going to show you how to add some texture, some sand on here. So we are going to, this is the second step of the project. You can use like a cup. Actually, I recommend something you can throw away. Like don't use a bowl or something you have to wash because that would be really annoying to have to clean out. And then I'm going to use some clear Elmer's glue. And I am going to, we're going to do half of this and half of the sand. So we're going to use some sand. Now, if you don't have sand, I'm using like the crafting sand. So it's a little bit finer than like your typical play sand or something like that. In fact, I don't even know if it's real sand. It might be some other synthetic material. I'm not sure. But you could also use like river rocks, would look kind of cute. In fact, when I designed this, I was going to use river rocks because, you know, we have lots of those near where I live, like on the lakes and stuff. It makes me think of the lakes. I'm just going to use a half a bottle. This is a 15. All my things here. And so I just have a band. This is just a bag of craft sand. And I'm going to sneeze. Oh my gosh, that was dramatic. And I'm just going to pour this in. This is the fun, messy part. Or, I don't know, it could become the frustrating, messy part. I don't know. We're going to find out together. So I'm going to put the sand in there. Ooh. And then I have more sand. It's just that it's in this bin, so I'm going to tip it in there. Let me get all my shells out of it. You could also do like different colored sands and things. You know, where you live, they have like red sand or something like that. You could totally do that. So I'm just going to pour some of this in here and hopefully not make a giant mess. And we'll see if that's enough. You can always add more sand. And I am going to use my stir stick. Let me make sure the paint is dry on here. In fact, do I have another stir stick? I know I do. Let me see here. Let me look. I don't want my palette knives. I want like I thought I had two flat ones, but maybe I don't. I don't know. All right. I'll just make sure this paint is not going to chip off. I don't want little chips of paint. Sand. We don't want that. You can go ahead and you can see here I've got the sand in there. Where are we, friends? Ooh, there we go. Okay. Aha. And then we're just going to stir it. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. So let me stir where you can see. Sorry. Trying to do this so y'all can see. Ooh, it's so much like ooey gooey fun. Lots of ooey gooey fun. Who liked to make mud pies as a kid? This is totally taking me back to my mud pie days. Mixing it all up. I could probably use a little bit more sand in here, give it a little more grit. There are some different craft paints too that you can get that are textured, but I wanted to get more of a real sand look here, so that's why I'm using the sand. And this is a great alternative too. Like this is stuff you could do with resin as well, but with the glue, this is something you could do with your kids or around and stuff because the resin can be, you know, very strong odor. You gotta be careful and wear gloves and stuff when you're using it. But this is just glue and sand, so it's kind of a nice alternative. All right. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to spread this, and I want it, let me close up my glue bottle here before I knock it over accidentally. That would be a very me thing to do. I want to kind of sculpt this and, you know, push it around. And in order to do this, I'm going to have to lift this up, because if I don't lift it up, what's going to happen is it's all going to just down into my design here. So hopefully, did I get glue on there? Or is that water? It's glue. I got glue on my thing already. All right, I'm going to try to tip this up, and I'm going to see if I can get it like at an angle where My YouTube friends can see it and my Facebook friends can see it. Hopefully y'all can see that. I know it's kind of an odd angle here, but I will show you the finished product, and I'll put, hold on, I got glue all over my hands. Hold on. I'm getting all messy. I'm getting sticky. Sticky, sticky. All right, so let's kind of go in here and sculpt. And it's not going to cooperate. Hold on. I'm going to hold it. I got to hold it. I'm just going to put a layer kind of all along the bottom here. This is very mushy and messy. You just kind of scoop it on there. It's just not going to cooperate, is it? All right, can y'all see that okay? I think if I got it leaned on there, that should be okay. Yeah, it's wanting to ooze down into my... So if you're doing this at home, set it straight up and down. That way it won't want to sink down towards your anchor here. But I just want to make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay. And then I'll resculpt it later if I need to. That's why if you could also use rocks too. If you're like, I ain't mixing all that with the glue, that's like too messy for me, then just glue some rocks on there. That would look awesome too. Or you don't have to do any. You know, you don't have to do anything at all down here. It does not require sand. It was just an extra little thing that I wanted to add just because I thought it would look cool. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the texture of cream of wheat. Did anybody ever eat cream of wheat as a kid? For whatever reason, that was like one of my favorite things to eat as a kid. I loved cream of wheat. Oh, you can't wait to do this. Awesome, Donna. I hope you have fun. I hope you get messy. So you could see here, see, because I have it tipped, do you see how it's all wanting to ooze down? Okay, so that's why I'm like, you're not gonna wanna tip yours, you're gonna wanna have it straight up and down so that gravity will help keep it in position until that glue dries. Okay, otherwise you're just gonna have like this slope of sand. And I am gonna tip this up in a little bit just so it can look cool. There we are. So I'm gonna tip it up, okay? Just so. Oh, sea glass, Jeannie, that's a great idea. That would be, you love cream of wheat, Angie? Yeah, I know. I haven't had it in years. In fact, wheat bothers me now, maybe because I ate too much cream of wheat as a kid. All right, so those of you, let me see if I can, well, you know, if I turn it this way, you'll be able to kind of see what I'm doing a little bit. If I angle it that way, I'm just gonna have to work like backwards. Oh no, yeah, charge your battery, Angie. Charge it up. That's why I had to like plug my phone in. It started to die. And I'm gonna have to stand up here to get this to work here because I can't see. Here. So we got this. Now you can do a couple different layers of this. So if you want to add like the first layer first and then let it dry, that probably would be a good idea. And then you could add more to it. So you could add like little sand hills, like where the sand's a little higher or something like that. Now it's going to want it, because if you put too much on at the beginning, my rope. But hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. Oh, Melanie, if you're watching, don't worry about it. You didn't see the messages there. Mel's like, I already introduced Rebecca. No worries. That's, you know, we've done several of these events and there's always, you know, some sort of tech thing. It's just what happens when you're doing online events, right? There's always going to be tech. So the last little thing you could do here is if you have shells and things like that, like I've got some of these little shells, these you can get at the dollar store or the craft store. And you can like stick those in there. The other thing I'm going to recommend is if you have extra sand left over, like after it dries, you can take and sprinkle a little bit of the dry sand on there, okay? And that way you get kind of a rough texture on the top in case it dries and it's not quite as textured and sandy as you want it. You can like sprinkle a layer and then you could use some spray adhesive, which I'm not going to do down here. I don't have good ventilation down here. You have to do that in a ventilated area because it's an aerosol. but you can use spray adhesive to hold that top layer of sand down. And I think, was that everything I was going to tell you with this one? My sand is wanting to ooze into my rope. Actually, it doesn't look too bad oozing into the rope. I'm going to leave this to dry because it's pretty wet. So let's set that aside. I'm going to let it dry. And then other fun options for this, you can find these little things. Like I think Michael's had some cute ones that said relax. So you could paint one of these and you could put it, here I'll just show you on the other one. You know, you could put it like in the corner or something like that. It'd be super cute. Or you could put it on the top or, you know, anywhere it fits. And I feel like there was something else I was going to do, but I can't remember it. Okay. I think that's it. I will post a picture of the final once I get all the layers in. I gotta let it dry, so you're gonna have to let the sand kind of dry and do your layers, okay? Otherwise you're just gonna have like a big mushy mess, and that's not gonna work good. So be a little patient, do it step by step. Any questions before we finish? Let me know. And don't forget, if you want to get entered into our raffle for something, actually it's going to be from the Painted Toad. I am providing our prize this time. So let me switch my camera back here for those on Facebook that are watching. Here we go. Okay, now you can see me a little better. So I'm going to be providing the prize this time, and I'm excited to. And don't forget, if you want to get into that raffle, you need to either sprinkle my video or somebody else's video. You can also get an entry by tagging our businesses. So like tag the Painted Toad, or you can tag, we've got lots of ladies in here. So make sure you go back and look at our businesses. And then the third way is you can take a picture of your project and use that same hashtag. So the hashtag is CC2C. 2 is in the number, CC2C. And then summer, S-U-M-M-E-R. CC2C SUMMER. If you don't use the hashtag, we won't be able to find your entry. So make sure that you use that, okay? I hope you're having fun today and enjoying all of the wonderful projects in our Stars, Stripes, and Sunshine event. And don't forget to request to join our Creatives Coast to Coast group. We'd love to have you in there. And we do projects and different creative things all month long. We're always doing different challenges and fun things for our members. So we want to make it fun for you, and we also want to inspire you to create. Okay, our next presenter live because of her internet issues, and when she's able to, it's Rebecca from Holy Rustic. She does wonderful, she sells lots of woodcut designs. She specializes, right now she's doing, today she's going to show us how to do a macrame gnome, which is so cute. The beard is like so cute, it's all macrame. So she's hopefully she'll be able to upload that video into our group. And then our next presenter, if you are watching, will be on, I gotta look at my time here and then convert it. So our next live presenter will be on at 2 p.m. Eastern or 1 p.m. Central. And I believe, and forgive me if I goof up, but I believe that's Indu. So yeah, I don't have my schedule in front of me, and I have too many things bouncing around in my brain. So forgive me if I got the wrong presenter. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Remember, be creative, be artistic, and get connected at the Painted Toad and join Creatives Coast to Coast. We'd love to have you. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Happy creating.